When President William Ruto and his deputy came to power, they defied all expectations. Mr. Gachagua actually quickly became a dominant figure wielding significant influence over cabinet secretaries. It started immediately the very day of inauguration. Guys, you could hear how Rigathi Gachagua, when he was giving a speech, actually he was speaking with authority, like a man to watch in this Kenya Kwanza government. In fact, here is the tape.
I want to tell the people of Kenya that finally you are free. Kenya is now a democratic country. You don't have to look back when you do something. All Kenyans are free to associate with whoever they want. From today, I want to tell the people of Kenya that you are finally free. I want to tell public servants, I want to tell all the people of Kenya, from now, you don't have to talk with each other through the WhatsApp for fear of being recorded and persecuted by state agencies.
You see, guys, immediately after President William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua left the inauguration venue, Rigathi Gachagua became so powerful to an extent that whenever he engaged a cabinet secretary on an issue, there was no need for such a cabinet secretary to go ahead and consult President William Ruto if he had approved any directives Rigathi Gachagua he may have given. You see, guys, this was because the relationship between President William Ruto and his deputy was so powerful that it symbolized them as the leaders who are reading from the same script, consulting each other on all significant state matters. Let me rewind you back to last year, 2023, when Right Honorable Raila Odinga was organizing demonstrations. President William Ruto could fly outside the country. The man left behind was Rigathi Gachagua, planning how to deal with demonstrations. You could see Rigathi Gachagua waking up very, very early in the morning. Exactly at 4 a.m., he was already in the office, ready to plan on how to deal with the demonstrations. Such a powerful man he was. Now, guys, clearly it goes without saying that Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua was the right-hand man of President William Ruto, dealing with the political opponent, while President William Ruto focused on running the government, traveling out the country, development. But the man in charge of dealing with the people who opposed the government was Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. You remember the day Maina Njenga was being arrested, dealing with the demonstrators. This was orchestrated by Rigathi Gachagua. You see, guys, this arrangement actually seemed so solid until, in the words of former British Prime Minister Harold Wilson, and I quote his words, "A year in politics is such a long time." You see, fast forward and President William Ruto's decision to reshuffle his cabinet, sparing only Musalia Mudavadi, the Prime Cabinet Secretary for Foreign Affairs, marked a significant shift. You see, guys, at this point, things had already changed. You see, in most cases, ministers had to run Deputy President Gachagua's instructions through the head of Public Services boss Felix Koskei or State House just to ensure that the president had approved them. Just unlike before, when the minister could go ahead and execute Deputy President Gachagua's instructions without any inquiry whether President William Ruto had approved or not. But now, you see, guys, with the arrival of the ODM party, even though there is no formal agreement between the President William Ruto's UDA party and Mr. Odinga's outfit, a third center of power has been added to the mix. And guys, if you watched the unveiling of the cabinet lineup on Wednesday 24th in the afternoon, something happened. If you watched, something happened. The president had to pause halfway before the list was handed to him, a document whose content actually we understand were known only to Raila Odinga and maybe the secretary who typed and printed it.
Oops. That's the old list again. This is the problem of making it very confidential and not allowing many people to have a look at it.
President William Ruto commented on the confidentiality of such documents, explaining what seemed like a hiccup during his address. This development has significantly diluted Deputy President Gachagua's grip on power. Now, he actually, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua finds himself actually sharing a cabinet meeting with the ministers loyal to Raila Odinga, a man he has vehemently opposed every single day. Now, guys, I am not trying to bash our Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. He said it himself. He even made it clear that the Kenya Kwanza's government will not follow the path of the previous regime, which had a loose coalition under President Uhuru Kenyatta. It is there in public domain. You see, guys, this approach mirrored the 2018 approachment between Kenyatta and Raila Odinga, which had sidelined the then Deputy President, now President William Ruto. Now, guys, the bitterness of that period in 2018 saw Ruto launch his presidential campaign early, knowing that he wouldn't receive support from the duo that was Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga. Now, guys, similarly, Rigathi Gachagua must now keep a close eye on events, as some of his supporters actually are urging him to run for presidency in 2027. Don't be surprised, guys, to wake up one morning and find Rigathi Gachagua and Kalonzo Musyoka teaming up in 2027. Now, guys, it is my opinion that the decision by President William Ruto to bring in new figures from the opposition into his cabinet actually has redrawn Kenya's political landscape. From today henceforth, guys, do not expect to see the Kenyan politics the same again. We are going to witness a drama in Kenyan politics. We are going to see William Ruto actually gaining popularity in many places where he was never wanted, especially coastal region, Nyanza. We are going to see dramas. And this reality, guys, actually will now force Rigathi Gachagua to go back to the drawing board, because his allies are now indicating that Rigathi Gachagua is now working aggressively to build alliances, possibly with the leader Kalonzo Musyoka, and leveraging the Kenyatta family's resources for the next election. Now, guys, from the Azimio camp, figures like Kalonzo Musyoka, Martha Karua, Eugene Wamalwa, and Jeremiah Kioni are opposing Raila Odinga's move to join President William Ruto's government. Guys, these figures, watch them actually. Watch Kalonzo Musyoka, Martha Karua, Eugene Wamalwa, and Jeremiah Kioni. Watch these people from today henceforth. In the near future, you are going to see the kind of drama they're going to cause, because they are now going to team up with Rigathi Gachagua, and you are going to see a very strong force coming to deal with William Ruto's presidency in 2027. Guys, stay around. This is going to be one hell of a ride. Now, guys, the reason as to why I'm saying this, you see, one of Rigathi Gachagua's close allies said to the nation media that Rigathi Gachagua, he is actually considering teaming up with Kalonzo Musyoka, aiming to use the wealthy Kenyatta empire to challenge President William Ruto in the next election. Let me tell you something, guys. You see, the challenge come here now. With the Kenya's politics often divided along tribal lines, a united Kamba and Kikuyu voting bloc could actually present a formidable challenge to the incumbent President William Ruto. But I don't see them actually penetrating. Let me tell you why, guys. You see, President William Ruto now, he is the president of the Republic of Kenya. He has got system, okay? And that is not enough. William Ruto having Raila Odinga behind him, supporting him, now it goes without saying, the whole of Western will now move to President William Ruto. The whole of Nyanza will now support William Ruto, coastal region, Nairobi, Rift Valley, and some of the people in Mount Kenya still are loyal to President William Ruto. It goes without saying, guys, that Rigathi Gachagua, Kalonzo Musyoka's ticket, it's actually dead on arrival. Now, guys, don't forget, we have the Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi on the side of Ruto. We have Speaker. Now, this goes without saying that the Luhya community actually are going to move like almost 99% to President William Ruto. You saw how even in coastal region, how celebration erupted immediately. President William Ruto appointed Joho. You saw in the constituency of Umbadi, you saw how celebration erupted there. So it goes without saying also, guys, that President William Ruto, whoever is going to be President William Ruto's opponent in 2027, he is in for a rude shock. Now, guys, according to me, the shaky relationship between the president and his deputy, it is the one that necessitated the handshake with Raila Odinga. You see, in the past few months, President William Ruto has been fighting on two fronts. Opposition from within his own government, championed by his deputy, and the noise of Gen Z, who have vowed to sweep him out of power. So, guys, according to me, for President William Ruto to bring in the ODM troops is actually meant to keep his ship from running around. Only time will tell if the ODM troops that have actually joined the government are going to save William Ruto's ship. Guys, thank you very much for watching Lifelens TV. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe for more insightful content. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. How do you think this political strategy will play out in the coming months? Stay tuned for more updates. This is Lifelens TV, and may God Almighty be with you. Goodbye for now.